Hey, how's it going everyone? Destrotor here, and I'm going to show you where you can find all the collectibles in Chapter 16, 17, 18, and 19 in Dead Space 3. We are almost done, so let's get through this last video. First collectible in Chapter 16 is a weapon part. I believe this was the second landing, where you get to use the machine to rappel down the side of the shaft. A heavy scaff frame can be found at the far end of the walkway on top of a crate. Second collectible can be found only while rappelling down the long shaft. You will come across a few enemies that are shooting at you. Make sure to get rid of them and go down until you reach this metal frame sticking through the middle. To the right, you can find a rail accelerator on some wooden planks. Next weapon part is a safety guard and can be found on the left side as soon as you enter this room that has a hacking minigame at the end. After finishing the hacking game, take the door to your left, and as soon as you enter, turn to your left and the audio log is found on the desk with a very important message. If you're interested in the story, you should definitely listen to it. By the way, there might be some spoilers in this guide, since we are nearing the end of the game, so you've been warned. Next collectible is found in the same room. Follow the objective, and when you reach the door to get out, look to your left and it's on the wall. Last two collectibles in this chapter is found after defeating two large necromorphs on the walkway. Follow the objective and you should find the javelin gun blueprint under some scaffolding. Now from this exact position, move forward a little bit, and a heavy standard frame can be found on a box just waiting for you. On to Chapter 17, which is the last level with a ton of collectibles, and the last optional mission. As soon as you start, turn to your left and you should see a bench. Walk towards it, and before you reach it, turn to your left again, and it can be found on the ground. Now from the same position, follow the objective and open the door. As soon as you enter, turn to your right, and the text log can be found on the chalkboard. Continue until you reach a bright green cave and you hit a cinematic. Follow the objectives until you reach a place where the path splits. Before continuing, turn to your right and a circuit with +2 reload and +1 damage can be found on the scaffolding. Just a bit further down, follow the objective until you reach a boulder that needs to be detonated with a nearby object. As soon as you see the boulder, turn to your left and the Unitologist artifact can be found by a box. Now the next audio log can be found by the door leading to the optional mission. The objective tells you to go to the right to continue the main mission. However, if you turn to the left and hack the machine, the audio log will be on the table to the right. Now on to the optional mission, artifact storage. First collectible in here is after walking down the small staircase. Turn to your right and next to the corpse is an audio log. Now from this point, follow the objective and before you reach the door, you should see another text log on the ground to your right. In the first 0G room you find, the objective will tell you to fly down the shaft. Land on the second to last walkway and the text log should be found floating right next to the door. From here, continue down to the bottom walkway and when you land, look around to find an open section on the wall. Inside, you will find a stasis coating. When you come across a giant corpse of a necromorph, go into the door to the left and you will come into another 0G room. There will be an opened room on your left that you can land in. And on the left wall, you will find a circuit with +2 reload and +2 clip. Now from here, fly all the way down the shaft, avoiding the laser tripwires and landing on the bottom walkway. The text log can be found floating close to the door. Now follow the objective until you reach the Ordnance Tower 2 door. Enter and you are into another 0G shaft. Man, Dead Space 3 really has a lot of long shafts. Go up all the way to the top. Silly me, I got hit by one. Doesn't matter, you can just keep going. When you reach the top platform, go into the small room on the wall, and an alien artifact is on the ground. Defeat all the lurkers and hack the door in the same shaft. Enter the door and go forward, and you should see a bench on the left. Directly to the left of this bench, you will find a circuit with +2 damage and +2 clip on the ground. Easy to miss if you just run through. You will eventually find yourself in a room with a couple regenerators in capsules trying to break out. Don't worry, they won't break out at all while you're in this room. The chest in this room has 3 circuits in it, with one that has +2 rate of fire and +2 damage, another with +2 rate of fire and +2 clip, and finally one with +2 reload and +2 damage. One more collectible can be found in this optional mission, and it is after entering the escape passage room. Inside, you will be ambushed by a regenerator necromorph and a few leapers. If you can, try to run to the end and climb down the ladder. I unfortunately got pinned down on the ground and had to kill all the other necromorphs in the room, but after you climb down the ladder, just turn to your right and the last circuit can be found on the wall. Now back to the main mission. You will come to a room where you must turn on the strange alien runes that activate zero-G conditions. Fly up and you should see a circuit close by. Easy to miss if you're not looking around for it. When you come to the next area with a rune on the ground that powers up your kinesis and stasis, from that rune, look up at the scaffolding slightly to your right and pull down the circuit. Now in this same area, from the generator, turn to your left and you should see a compact standard frame on the table. Just look for a bright light to find it. Now go up the elevator that is nearby, and when you reach the top, just stand on top of the power-up rune and the audio will immediately start playing. This audio log cannot be missed since it is part of the story. Now a few moments later, you will come to this room with a rune in the center and a strange bird-like statue. Instead of walking in, turn to your left and go towards the dead end. The alien artifact should be found in this corner. Now follow the objective into the center room, and just below the bird statue, you should find the last circuit for this chapter. Now, chapter 18 starts as soon as you enter this long horizontal room. If you turn to your right, you will find two collectibles on some crates. The first is an electrocution module, and the second is an acid bath. Now after you turn on the generators, turn immediately around, and before you make the turn, you should find it on the makeshift table on your right. The fourth collectible is found in the room with the large red marker in the center. Follow your objective and you should see a breakable box on top of some scaffolding. At the foot of the scaffolding, you will find the alien artifact. Keep following your objective until you reach an elevator that needs to be turned on by using the generator. As soon as the generator is turned on, the audio log will start to play automatically. After going up and reaching the top of the elevator, walk out and go to the back. You should find a circuit with +2 rate of fire and +2 damage on the ground. In this same area, when you're facing the giant pylon and on top of the rune, go to your right and then take a left to find an artifact on the ground by a tentacle. There are 2 runes in this room. Just make sure to go to the one on the left and you should be on the right one. Now, back to the first room, and after you put the 3 green power units into the conduits, the door in the center will open up and you can walk in. In this room, right in front of you, the audio log will be on the ground next to a corpse. Now on to the last chapter, which only has 1 collectible! When you reach the area where 2 tentacles come out of the ground and block your progress, make sure to turn to your right and go down this ramp. At the end, you should see the very last collectible in the game. At this point, you should have got all your achievements, including the Professor, the Collector, the Librarian, the Armorer, and Aliens. Not Aliens a game, just Aliens. Congratulations! You've collected all 257 collectibles in the game. Man, what a nightmare. I hope the guide helped, and thanks for watching. Be sure to check back at Achievement Hunter for more of your gaming needs.